Hello and welcome to our day 2 of smoothies and snacks. Today I want to be a little bit interactive and I want to post some things for you, questions and different little tidbits that are just going to make you go, things that make you go, You know, I can make a song out of everything. So on that note, I want you to think about today, how much water did you drink? There's no judgment. And what I want you to get in the mindset of, I've been practicing this for years, but I am really into it now. Like it's there. I'm really good at this and it took quite a long time. Is to really self-assess and then not self-sabotage and beat myself up and say all these things and get bitter. I just self-correct. So the first thing is just admitting to what's going on. That's the number one thing, and it's the hardest thing to do because you make all the excuses in the book. I make all the excuses in the book, and then I can convince everybody else. Like I'll say to my husband, well, I don't want to walk. It's a little too cold. And, I have so many things to do today. My back is sore. And he's like, girl, get your butt out there and do this. So I want you to think of some excuses that you come up with. And we've seen this in the chat where I asked, how much water have you drank today? Be interactive, put it in the chat. Tell me here, you can write it below. How much water did you have today? And one of the first things that comes up, and I can see it already, maybe only 1 liter. You're already self-judging yourself. And we do this when it comes to fruits and vegetables, our workout, our sleep routine, all the things. So my goal tonight is just to get you thinking. We're going to keep it brief. You're going to answer yourself a few questions and bring an awareness. So number one, we talked all about the protein, how it's so important to pick the clean stuff, get your natural sources. I suggested some protein powder that I love. In fact, I'm using it all the time. It is in your email. I have these. This is what I take. And I wanted to share, which I didn't mention yesterday, I have these little packets in my purse because when I get out and I have a blood sugar rush, it is really important. So I take these with me. Sometimes now, look, I brought these. Did anybody make these yesterday? Oh my goodness. Look at who wants a bite. Just reach into the screen and take a bite. I bring these with me, especially if it's cold outside or I know if it's hot, it's in my purse and I'm going to be traveling with it. These are the hemp balls, by the way, that are there for you. It's one of the recipes. Do they look delicious? Give me a one if you think they look delicious. Give me a one. And if you don't, get off the call. No, I'm totally kidding. Give me a one in the chat for those of you that are not, I don't see your screen. So one of the things that's really important is that we just become aware of where we are today. All I want you to think about is what you did today. Forget all the things you've done in the past, whatever you did over the holidays, Christmas, in the summer, all those things when you used to be younger and when you did so great and you were this weight and that weight and all those things. Let's get into the mindset of just the present of today. So at the end of the day, I always take a look and say, how did I do? How much water did I drink? Especially how many fruits and vegetables did I drink? Did I get enough protein today? Those things are really important to me. Fat, fiber, what was my carbs like? And I just kind of do a little mental assessment because we're talking specifically about foods, smoothies and snacks. So I just look at, in my brain, I get into a little view of what did I do for lunch and this, and I track all my stuff just because I like to do that. I don't track calories, none of that, just to see where I'm falling short, what my busy days are like. So I give myself a little mental note, like how was my water today? Did I get to as many cups as I wanted? Water is number one, the foundation for everything. We can live without food. We can't live without water. You can live without food for way longer than you can with water, right? So that's a number one, really, really important. And by introducing your smoothies from the recipes that I sent you, you're going to be putting things in that have water in them, fruits and veggies, and all the things. Maybe you're using water instead of plant milk, whatever. That's going to contribute to that count. Herbal teas, soups, etc. So I take a look and go, how much did I have for water today? So on a scale of 1 to 10, put it in the chat. 10 being like you're a rock star, you hit your goal. Maybe you don't even have a goal because you're like, forget it, I don't want to disappoint myself, so just don't set a goal and then I'm succeeding all the time. That's a whole separate seminar. 1 to 10, 10 being amazing, I killed it, I nailed it. Just give yourself a number. Throw it in the chat right here. Get it in your head, even write it down on a little notepad. So let me see what you got. Then what I want you to do is think about your plan tomorrow. very briefly, what will I do tomorrow that can set me up? So after I get off this call, I will fill this bottle. It will go right into my bathroom so that tomorrow morning when I go in and do what I need to do, I'm going to think, oh yeah, I'm going to grab some water because we wake up feeling dehydrated. So 6, forgot tea and soup today. Okay, 5. Now we want to look to that number to improve it. The rest of you that are on here, tell me what that number is. We want to look to improve that. So the next question I want to ask you today is, for those of you that were here and saw the first seminar, did you make the recipe, yes or no? Any recipe, or did you at least pick one? Just put a Y for a yes and for a no if you took a look at it. Melissa says 8. Yes, amazing. What will you tell me what you made if you want to? I'd love to see what you made from the recipe. The reason I ask is because implementing while you're fresh, when you get off this call, keep this stuff fresh in your mind. Implementing right away is instant success. You can talk yourself out of everything. You will lose this stuff in your email. I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I'm busy. You'll make all the excuses. Implement ASAP. So chocolate protein balls, awesome. Berry smoothie, great. Yes, a smoothie. Tracy, I'd love to know what you made too. If your answer is no, and you could have a great valid reason, you're going to do it today. You're going to pick something from that recipe guide that you think, hey, I like that, because we don't love everything, of course not, but pick the things that you like. And anything that has chocolate or vanilla, you can switch that for smoothies. So I have both chocolate and vanilla that I use. I don't know if I brought my other one, but I have chocolate, vanilla, and I love them both. I mix them up. And like I said, this is my emergency plan on the go. This is since my fingers have been all over it, I'll eat it. This is my emergency plan on the go. Sometimes it's a hard-boiled egg. Sometimes it's pumpkin seeds. Sometimes it's a homemade trail mix. But I know that these will sit well in my purse, and I know that these will do well these are always in my purse, but the food that I bring along, I just adjust it. So I want you to think about, one, how are you going to improve your water tomorrow? So write this down. How will you improve your water tomorrow? Okay, I'm going to put this down there. How will you improve your water tomorrow? Get that number higher. I want you to think about this. The second thing I want you to think about is, what recipe will you make and maybe take? Okay, so take a look. You have great access there, because we're going to continue this on in a group chat to see where we get with this. You can email me, you can DM me on Instagram, you can find me in the Talk with Trina group on Facebook. Hey, how you doing? What did you make? The third thing I want you to think about is, what is your protein intake today? Tell me some things that you ate for protein today. And maybe you're like, what is protein? That's okay. If you have any questions, or you're like, I don't know what it is, throw that in there. So what protein sources did you have today? Okay, so I've had this. I've had hemp balls. I've had chicken. What did we have for breakfast in the morning? Oh, my husband's just walking by. Yeah, he says porridge. We're old school. It's oatmeal. And I had hemp seeds inside with different natural sources. Pumpkin seeds, some different nuts were in there as well. Sometimes I throw a scoop of my protein powder in there, or even just a little bit to flavor it up. So I had a bunch of different things. 125p. What is, are you counting? Is that 125 grams of protein, Melissa? Steak, eggs white. Okay, I got it. I'm saying it wrong. Egg whites, Greek yogurt. You are tracking. Okay, got it. Feta cheese, ham in homemade soup, pasta with meat sauce, overnight oats with seeds, chicken, cashew butter. Is that a protein? Yeah, you got, there's some in there. What else? Your chocolate smoothie. Amazing. So these are the things that I just want you to think about. And I want you to take this day by day, meal by meal, because if you mess up one meal, if you beat yourself up all day and then get to the consensus that, well, throw that out the window, I might as well keep going because I already messed that up. And you ever had one of those days? If you've had one of those days, throw a number 1 in there that you saw, but you're like, well, I already had this crappy thing, so I might as well just keep going and do all the things. Yes or no? I want everyone responding to that. Give me a 1. Give me a 1 if you do. Oh, my husband says, hell yeah. I love it. If you've ever done that, so 3 people have done that. I know that you've done that. It's not an all or nothing. If you messed it up, you say, great, wash that off. I took a detour, went down the wrong road. When you go down a wrong road in your car, you don't stop and say, well, screw it. I'm just going to sit here and that's it. I'm done. I'm completely screwed for today. And you pull over and you're done. No, you find a detour, you go around it, you swear a bit, you find like the people that are annoying you, and then you get back on track, right? So I want you to think about had your voice in my head yesterday while I enjoyed a cookie. Yeah, cookies are meant to be enjoyed, not like beating yourself up after food and back and forth. You have to be able to enjoy. So one of the things why we led with this seminar is because protein is the biggest source of keeping you fuller longer, along with fat. It does a lot of things for your hair, your nails, your muscles, etc. Unfortunately, the information all over the market is we need to get this and we're hitting up whey protein with 25, 35 grams. You have to have this and this and that. A lot of that becomes a lot on our liver to digest. So we want to break things up and have different sources. Not having always animal protein all the time, putting in a bunch of plant protein because it's easier to digest. And you just know when you eat a bunch of meat, like I had chicken today, I don't eat a ton of meat, I eat it when I want it. I feel heavier than when I eat plant-based protein. So I have a mix of both. I believe some people need way more meat than the others. Some people do well without it. Some people need a bit of both. If you learn to just kind of assess that in your body, it's a great way to go. That's why I'm so big on this type of protein powder, because it has so much fiber in it. It has so much great plant-based protein, and it's not hard on the tummy versus when I used to drink whey a long time ago. It was like, oh, my stomach, I felt full and bloated, and I didn't like that. Much like if I eat a steak or a hamburger, feels good going down, and then after you're like, whoa, I don't want that. So I want you just to consider, put this on your list for today, and ask yourself at the end of the day all these questions. And you don't necessarily need to track everything, but I do suggest tracking with water to get, because a lot of times we think we drank more. That's why I try to always drink out of my bottle, because I know it's 28 ounces and I know how many times I fill it up. Put your elastic on your water bottle. So I know I want to drink 3 of these a day. My elastics either start here or on the bottom, right? So as soon as I finish a bottle, I put the elastic on top. Now I know I have 2 more to go, because I'm not carrying a honkin' 2-liter bottle. Those are the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. I want to tuck this in my purse, and that's how I track it. So track your water just to see. 2, your protein intake. So it's great to say, what sources of protein have I eaten today, rather than how many grams have I eaten, because they're all going to add up over the day. Spinach, avocado, nuts, seeds, protein powders, eggs, meat, all the things. Eventually, it's all going to add up to a good number, right? So I know once I've had my complete, I know how many grams, I get an idea, then I have an egg, then I have all these different things. So just put the sources, like get in the habit of writing down the sources. Just kind of jot, protein today was what, just like you did in the chat, okay? And then what I want you to think of is your fiber intake. Okay, because this is really important when it comes to plants, when it comes to detoxification. I want you to think about fiber. How much fiber are you getting into your body? And that mostly comes from fruits and vegetables, right? And also chia seeds, hemp seeds, the things that I've told you before. It comes in this powder. Check yours, because you really want to know those ingredients. Your body has to digest it. So kind of write down the fiber things you're having and how many bowel movements are you having a day. Just call it BMs. You know, what did you eat your vegetables? What kind of are the sources of fiber that you're having, and how many bowel movements have you had? So here's what I want to know from you. I want you to tell me what's going well. So with your protein, with your fiber, with your water. So I've given you some tidbits that you can track. Write these down daily. Water, protein, fiber. Just track them very you know, not crazy, like going all into it, getting these crazy trackers. Just kind of track it with your notes. What's going well Or what, let me ask you first what you're struggling with. First, what do you struggle with when it comes to water, protein, and fiber? Antioxidants. And this is the stuff. So those of you that got the replay, these are the capsules that I told you in, I didn't touch base on this, but it's in the document. These are the capsules. This is how, there's four. This is how I get my antioxidants and my omega oils. I don't take fish anymore. So this is what I sent you in the link. This is what helps me get most of my antioxidants to fill the gap, because there's certain days, like I'll make my smoothie, put all the things in that I shared with you. I go between different types of vegetables and fruits. And some days I'm just too busy to have all the variety. Like it just does not happen. I'm not eating all the things, right? So what do you struggle with? Anything you struggle with that I can help you with? What do you struggle with when it comes to any of that? Protein, water, fiber, your fruits and vegetable intake. Give me a chat in here. Otherwise, I'm gonna think you're all asleep and I'll be like, bye-bye. See you later, gals. Protein, okay, Heather. So you struggle with protein intake. Are you taking shakes? I can't hear you. Yes, you can unmute yourself if you want. Variety.
No, not every day I don't take shakes. I do them, but not every day.
Okay, so the next question will be, what can we do to increase your protein? So protein is great for, there's a million things, I can't even get all into it, but you need protein to build your muscles. It is the firehouse for everything, right? It is really, really important. And everybody thinks I need to eat meat. That's been debunked, right? We know that there are certain deficiencies you can get. That's why I do this. This is the first time my iron has gone up in forever, since I've been on these since the end of August. So what can you do, Heather, every day to ensure that you get enough protein with foods that you like, whether it's meat or plant-based? What can you do to guarantee?
Probably have protein shakes.
You said probably, though.
Yeah. Well,
That
yeah,
sounds like,
probably.
I'm not really sure and I want to give myself a goal.
Yeah.
Right? I
Have
just
protein
want you
shakes.
thinking. That's all I want. So I know you have these. So
Yeah.
every day you make one.
Yeah.
You throw in some chia seeds, some hemp, some pumpkin seed, and you know you have one every day
Mhm.
because you are lacking that in yourself, right? Or you make a whole bunch of boiled eggs, or you make these protein balls. These,
Yeah.
everything has lower glycemic, higher glycemic. So there's different things to consider. I love these because it's low on the glycemic. It comes with a dose of fiber and protein, and you can add on to that protein. So that's an easy fix. So just think about that, okay? And you don't have to know right now. So I see variety. And Paula, can you tell me what variety means? Fiber and sometimes protein. Yes, Shannon. Shannon, can you tell me, are you on the shakes? Go ahead. I want to call you Alice, Paula. Go ahead.
That's okay. Variety in just the food. Like I feel like we eat chicken and veg all
Yeah.
the time. It's just chicken and veggies, chicken and veggies.
Is it the
And
same veggies?
yep, pretty much. Like we just either frozen or fresh. Like we'll just, that'll be the variety.
Yeah.
But that part.
We are creatures of habit. Like when I go to the grocery store and then I'm like, what's this vegetable that I'm going to try? Sometimes it comes into my house and it just sits in the back of the fridge. I don't do that anymore because now I got my whole garden growing in the background. But here is a good challenge for you. And I think you're on these already too, which is a huge, this is why for me, I'm not a supplement pusher, I'm not all these things, but I've seen massive results in myself. My first blood work came out in September. My second blood work came out in December 21st. I went. And I've been on these since the end of August. First time in 3.5 years, my blood work improved significantly. I'm talking red blood cells, white blood cells, like all the things. It's too technical to get into. The big thing is, just like what Paula just said, is variety is difficult. We all know we should eat fruits, bananas. Like I can't even rhyme off all the vegetables we should eat. Like I think of like broccoli, cucumbers, tomatoes, cauliflower, Swiss chard, arugula, all the things. Who's shopping for that at the grocery store? None of us are. So, what I want you to think about when it comes to your variety is add this little task to your list. Pick 2 new veggies this week and bring them into the house. If you know you really struggle and you're really picky, these are a great alternative to look at because they're not meant to be in relation to don't eat the food. Well, I had this and I'm fine. It's not like that. Science now shows you need between 10 and 12 servings of fruits and vegetables a day just to maintain. That's if you're not in a deficiency. That's if you're not working out. That's insanity. 10 to 12 cups, like servings. That is not easy to get. I'll tell you, even me as mostly plant-based, it's very, very, very difficult. Who has everything in their freezer? Like I have carrots and peas and mixed vegetables and cauliflower. I have spinach. I have broccoli frozen in my freezer. I've got now a lettuce, a whole tower growing, but I don't have all the things, artichokes and all the other things. It's impossible. So I want you to think about variety in terms of some new things you could bring into the house, a couple new fruits and vegetables. So this is great, Paula. Bring a few new things in and say, we're going to try this. We're going to eat this. Green beans is another one, and see how that goes. Challenge yourself every week to pick 2 new things. You'll be like, I don't like that so much. I never knew I loved Swiss chard. I never knew I loved rapini. So that you can get out of your comfort zone because we're just used to making the same stuff. It's easy. Okay. And again, these are amazing. They're a great bridge the gap between what we actually eat and what we should eat. And I know everything I need to know about eating. You probably know everything you need to know about eating, but you're like, I don't really like that. Right? Or you're just not buying it, or we're just feeling too lazy. Who has time? I want a personal chef every day for every meal in my house. That would be amazing, right? But I keep wishing for that fairy and she does not come to my house. As much as I keep I pray, I know I can, I know I can, I can manifest her. She's just not walking through my door. So add 1 or 2 vegetables. If 2 sounds like too much, add 1 every week. By the end of the month, you're going to have 4, right? Different protein sources. Do your shakes, do all the seeds and everything that's in the other replay. You can take a look. Different sources. Try more plant-based. Eat a little less meat. Get that variety. Get that whole colorful stuff. If you are working out, you need up close to 20 servings. And if you are deficient, which most of us are, I am, you need even more to catch up. That's why for me, I was in denial when this stuff started working, and thank God I tracked my blood work. I was like, how am I feeling so good? This is great. It's a placebo effect. No, it's just me. I'm thinking, I'm wishing, I'm hoping, and all these things. And then I got my blood work back, and my doctors, my team is like, wow, nothing's changed. I'm still eating the variety that I would normally eat. I'm busy. I'm running, like you. I have 3 kids and you're running around. You're probably racing here today. But this is my insurance for me. This is my insurance. They're not like, well, I've eaten it all and that's it. That's all I need. We want to make that a variety of things. So I challenged you yesterday to take a look at your protein powders. Did anybody find anything that's taking something other than this? Did you find anything interesting? Melissa, I'm curious. If you look at your protein, because you said that you had, I believe you said you had a protein shake, if I'm not mistaken, in there. Did you look at what's in there? Did you look at what's in there? And I want to challenge you for really the next month. I want to challenge you to make a recipe from that document, and it's so much work to give this stuff away, so please use it as a resource. Print it, have it there, write in a little book, I'm making this, I'm making it for myself, my family. If you're using whey, don't feed that to your family. If you're using this, you can feed that to your family. Make sure you know, because there's man-made added vitamins put into different protein powders, most of them. Okay, like if you see vitamin C in here, it's not added vitamin C. It's from the food. So make sure you're really aware of that. And I was just curious, I don't know if you answered veggie intake. Okay, so fiber and sometimes protein. Shannon, are you noticing a change from, I think you're on this, are you noticing a change with your bowels? I'm very curious, veggie intake.
I feel like yes. it is getting better. I still have some things I need to probably add to improve that, but
Are you doing
yeah.
it just just this in water or plant-based, or are you doing it with other things?
I've been using the chocolate mostly just with water, and then I had some old like Vega vanilla protein that I'm trying to use up with some smoothies, and then I want to buy the complete vanilla because I don't like the flavor of that
Let
vanilla
me
at all.
tell you, Shannon, so this blew me away. I took Vega 1 for years.
Yeah.
Alyssa, were you there when I don't, you've been to so many things, but she said they got nailed for massive contaminants inside of
Oh.
their Were you at that seminar?
I think I watched the replay, but I might
I
have
was
missed that.
mortified. I was,
Yeah,
and it tastes so chalky.
it does. Yeah,
Like
it's awful.
I would just choke it down, but that's the issue with plant-based. It was so, and I was like, this is good because it's plant. I just convinced myself, and I was always like, like
Yeah,
it was like my mouth had chalk in it. So that's awesome. So I would suggest just beefing those smoothies up. So it's okay to drink it with
yeah.
water. Water. I love that at night if I'm craving something and I don't want to spike my insulin, or if you have a late workout. This is great with
Okay,
water. But I would
okay.
bulk it up. I would bulk it up and put some more stuff in it because that's what keeps our bowels flushing and it keeps the toxins out of our skin, everything. So
Yeah,
could you do that?
yeah, I could definitely do that.
Yeah, definitely. And do you have these too, right?
I do. Yeah, I have the 3 capsules. I don't
So
have the
you can
omegas.
Yeah, so what you can do is you can take them apart and break them right up. You can throw the capsules in.
Oh,
I don't know why. I feel like it's a science experiment when I do it. I'm like a scientist, but the capsule is completely edible, obviously. And you can blend it right in. So you can actually throw your capsules right into your smoothie, blend it
okay.
all. I go like this, and I'm like, whoa, like I have this whole crazy routine. I feel like I'm a scientist, but try that, okay? I'd like
Okay,
beef
I
it up,
will.
bulk it up, and then like again, I talked about this yesterday, 1 to 3 bowel movements a day. Is anyone
Yeah.
shocked by that?
Yes.
1 to 3 a day. But think about how much food and volume goes in. That makes complete sense. I can tell you, I'm on the 3 a day. I have been for a long time, and my bowels are even better now that I've been all this stuff, but I've never had huge issues because I'm balanced. But clean the toxins out, okay? Tracy, veggie intake. So here's what I want you to think about. One, track your water, just so you know. Give yourself a number every day. Just go in your head, 1 to 10. How am I at? Then I want you to think about your protein intake. What's the variety you're having? Change it up. Eat some more plant based variety. Whether you get this powder or not, eat more plant based. Science says less meat, less inflammation, all those things. I'm not saying don't ever eat meat, just eat more plant based in your day. Enjoy it with your chicken and all the other things. And veggies. Veggies come with fiber, fruits and veggies. Get upward of that. How many of you think that you're having 10 servings of fruits and vegetables a day? If you think you are, put a 1. If you think you're not, put a 2. Okay? These are the 4 small things I want you to do. You can pick 1, you can pick 2. Over this month, so answer in the chat, I want you to think about adding one of those recipes every single day. And reminder, any of you that are on this protein powder or purchase it, you get a program for free. It's a 72-hour boost. Just send me an email. Let me know you ordered or you have ordered or you're getting it, and I will get you put up on that program because it's a great way just to kickstart your bowels, reduce a little bit of inflammation, all that. And it comes free to you. So you're welcome to have that. And also, any of you that have been on this stuff or you order any of this stuff, remind me because you can also pick up that 10-day shred that comes with, I don't know, there's over 100 recipes. It's crazy how much is in that. You get that for 25 bucks. So if you're just feeling like I need some recipes, I need some ideas, I want to increase my bowel movements, my fiber, my veggies, all those things, those are tools for you. I try to keep everything fairly affordable and fair for everyone. So grab those resources, okay? So 2, yeah, all of us. I can't even say that I'm eating upward of 10 to 12 and I need 20 because I'm exercise, my adrenals, my job. I'm constantly under stress with 3 kids, running businesses and all these things. So you really want to think about how can you elevate that? How can you elevate that? Your body needs insurance. Juicing, I used to do that all the time. It's so much work. Half the time I had so much liquid, I couldn't take it. Now I take my capsules. Now I have my garden, and I make sure that I try most days to get upward of as much as I possibly can. And that's why my smoothies are a huge thing, because I can't eat 2 cups of spinach, like going on and on and on, but I can throw it in my shake. Throw a cup of cauliflower, it's thickening. Throw an avocado, throw in kale, all those things. You can just do it all up and it's amazing. Does anyone have any questions? So here's what I expect from you. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. I would like for you, jump into my Talk with Trina group if you're on Facebook, or get into my DMs on Instagram or Facebook. Fitforfemales.com, you know where to find me. Reply back to any email. Keep me in your accountability system. Let me know how things are going if you have any questions, and keep me posted about what you're making, because this is accountability. I run these seminars, but I don't just run them to talk. I run to give accountability out to you. We go back and forth. Let me know if you want, there's a discount code for the shred, because it's normally $49. If you want that, you get it for $25. Let me know, email me, keep in touch with me, join my private Talk with Trina group. And just before we go, I want to let you know we have a seminar coming up again that is free. It's going to be run by nutritionist Alyssa. It's called Nutrition for Energy. So we're going to talk about ways, as we get to the end of this month, we're all going to be having these feelings going on, because we were just on a high, and now some of us are feeling like this is a bummer, and we go through all these feelings. So we're going to talk about nutrition for energy and things that we can do to ramp it up. Okay? So in the meantime, go through the recipes I gave you, make them, print them. Feel free to mix and match anything in there. You can't go wrong, okay? Add whatever fruits and vegetables you want. Really get as many vegetables in there. Cauliflower is another one that I really love inside of it. You can add weird things that you won't taste inside of it. Cucumber, there's green juices for you. Commit to making at least 1 recipe a day. And even that green energizing juice, I think it's called, make that. Make a big thing of it. Drink it up. You'll find you'll stop having caffeine addictions, sugar addictions. All these things work. They're things that I've had for 15 plus years. So just commit to making 1 a day, so you can fix all the little issues that you're having with variety, fiber, all of that. It's going to check all the boxes: water, fiber, protein, all the things, fruits and vegetables. Okay? How does that feel? Do you feel like you're leaving with something that you can try to master, like now or tomorrow? One small thing that you can master. Yes or no? Y or N? And if you feel like you're kind of scared, say that. I don't know, I'm a slacker. I don't know, I'm a this. I don't know, I'm a... Right? We all have excuses. I have them too, just because I know everything. I have a coach. Yes! Oh my God, wait, let me take a photo of you. Hold on. Okay, ready? 1, 2, cheese. I love it. What's in that, Paula? Tell it. It looks like chocolate. It seems thick.
I just made the chocolate mint one.
Oh, that's my favorite. What did you use for the mint?
I have the doTERRA peppermint. So I dropped that in. Yeah.
That's what I had. I didn't want to put it in there because I was like, I'm not advertising for them free. This is my content, right? That's what I do. Oh, and you know what else? You can put that in the energy balls too. Like, oh my gosh, so good. And mint is a great digestive enzyme naturally. So peppermint tea, I love it. And what other things are in there? Oh, I know what's in there. You can even throw spinach into the chocolate smoothies. Like, feel free to get, kind of excited about it all. Like, kids love that. My kids love that one.
Yeah, I just made it for my daughter, who's sitting here too. She's enjoying it. There she is.
Oh, yay! I love that it's family friendly. See, that was for me. Yeah. Protein powder is really important because I have 3 kids and they'd be like, Mom, can I have that? And if you're having whey, I'm like, no way. God, I'm so amazing. No pun intended. Okay, so write this down. I want you to put down the Nutrition for Energy. You're going to get a link and stuff so that you can sign up, because the more information you have, the better. We also have a bunch of team calls with amazing nutrition information. If you want to be added to any of that, there's seminars, doctors, top leaders, dietitians, nutritionists, everything, sharing a ton of information. If you want to be added to any of that, please just send me a message, reply back to one of your emails, say add me, and then you can show up whenever you want. They've been fantastic. I know Heather's attended some, just great information to empower yourself and get out of what the media is constantly plowing at us. Like I keep seeing ads and ads and ads over Facebook. Count your macros, do all this and lose weight and all these things. Like it's just an overabundance of information, and 80% of it is crap. I know that because I've been seeing it for 20 plus years, more now that we have social. Okay, so please feel free to message me. I am a slacker, but I can do one. Okay, so all right, I am a slacker. I like that you honestly said that, but you're not a slacker, but I can do one a day. That's why I gave you one a day. Amen. I think Melissa's agreeing with you. Hey, I'm a slacker too. I gotta slap myself upside the head and get rid of my excuses. One a day. So I leave you with this. You have an abundance of information that I gave to you. You have 2 seminars that I've run that are easy things that you can do. None of this is like, wow, I had no idea. You know everything you need to do, but you are not doing it. And I always say this, it shows up in public what you're not doing, or what you're eating in private shows up in public. I say this to my kids all the time, like, you might be eating all that junk and think you're hiding it, but it's showing up in your skin, it's showing up in whatever. So just be very honest with yourself and pick one recipe. Please pick one recipe that and maybe it's the same one you're just repeating and repeating because you need consistency and you're a creature of habit. That's fine. Okay? Leggings can't lie. You know how I measure? People go, how much do you weigh? How much is this? I'm like, well, and I feel my clothes and I'm like, feels a little snug today. Some mornings I wake up and my hands are full of inflammation. It happens way less. I had one day, I can't tell you the last time it happened to me, and I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I have like sausage fingers. What is happening? And I just say to myself, what did I have yesterday? Okay, let's flush it out. So we're not sabotaging, we're not beating ourselves up. We're just paying attention, because if you have inflammation and your pants get tight and you just kind of start feeling like you're bloated in your extremities and your face, you know that you're not flushing out the toxins properly and it's something you ingested. So if you can at least stay focused on one of these recipes, they're all built. I'm all about what's the quickest way, fastest way, and healthiest way. I've been like that my entire life from what I can remember. Even more now that I have 3 kids. How am I getting all this stuff into their mouths and getting out the door? That's what I look at. And I try to avoid buying processed food as much as I can. It's not always possible. So that way I know that when I did, oh well, it's okay. I grabbed something, wasn't ideal. Now I'll flush it out. I'm going to have my shake. I'm going to take my capsules. I'm going to drink my water, lemon detox. I'm going to make my own smoothie in the balls. You got it. Okay. So I leave you with that. Thank you so much for attending.